Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. It's great. It's not too late to meditate and create. I'm going to play for you the whole Meditate and Create song that I wrote that describes my creative process to encourage you with your creative process. This is Richard Rossi, and let me first just briefly introduce the Meditate and Create song by sharing my creative process with you. Now, my creative process, and I want to encourage you in your own creative process, starts with my belief in the great creator, the master artist. One of the ways God is described as the great creator, and creator is another word for artist. The book of Genesis said we're all created in the divine image. So we all have creativity as humans. That's one of the wonderful things we can do is, as Genesis describes, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. You can create your own worlds, your own characters. The great writer Anais Nin said, I created my own world because I wasn't able to fit into the world others created for me. And there's nothing more spiritual, since we're made in the divine image of the great creator, to create, to meditate and create. Now, when I have to create, my creativity usually comes out of a very spiritual process of being still and meditating, and I'll start writing ideas down on paper first, and then images and words and ideas keep coming to me. The filmmaker David Lynch has said that creativity always starts with an idea. So ideas come to me, and it's often, as I said, in some sort of spiritual or subconscious state. Sometimes when I'm relaxing, sometimes when I'm meditating, sometimes when I'm driving, sometimes upon awakening or going to sleep, you start to get into that subconscious state where the ideas come, the big fish come, like the biblical story about the disciples not being able to catch the fish, and then they let their nets down into the deep. Jesus says, launch into the deep, and all of a sudden they pull up all these fish. So as you launched unto deep, and deep calleth unto deep, ideas come. And once you get a really good idea, what I do is I write it down right away. The ideas are so precious. I mean, I've been meeting with like famous, powerful people where it doesn't sound very rational to leave the meeting, but I get this idea and I have to go to the bathroom or go somewhere and write down that lyric or that idea. And I like to physically write it down with my actual hand, my actual arm connected to my body, more so than putting it in a phone or typing it in a computer at first. It's more visceral, more connected. Now, sometimes you don't have a choice. I don't have paper, or I don't have a pen or pencil, and I have to maybe put it into a phone or a computer. That I prefer that comes later, though, for me. And I start accumulating these notes, these ideas. The first screenplay for the first film I made, Sister Amy, the Amy Semple McPherson story, I would get ideas that might be just one lyric, or one sentence of dialogue where Sister Amy, the famous healer, says, I am a woman, but I'm not like other women. And I'm like, oh, I like that line. I am a woman, but I'm not like other women. Or in the beginning of the film, there's 7 women walking on the beach in long capes that were her helpers. And that came to me. Literally, I had a napkin from somewhere that I jotted down 7 women walking on a beach. And these napkins, sometimes restaurant paper placemats or fragments of ideas are written down. And then I accumulated these in a shoebox. I had 3x5 cards. I had about 300 of these napkins and 3x5 cards of different ideas, different images. One was healing hands, Sister Amy putting her hands to the camera. It built line upon line and precept upon precept. And I remember Ron Howard's father, Rance Howard, who ended up playing Amy's father in the film, wanted to meet with me and see the script. And I had never made a movie before. And we met at a North Hollywood diner at Tahunga and Magnolia and for coffee. And I brought my shoebox and he saw all these papers. And he was so sweet and so encouraging and such a beautiful gentleman and mentor. And he said, well, this is really good. I like to write things down by hand too, Richard, but you're going to have to get on a computer and write these into a screenplay. And of course, you screenwriters know we do have to let it get to that point at one time. So I wrote some lyrics for my composition, Meditate and Create, to describe this very creative process that I do. And, I'd like to do it for you right now. And it's a song to diagram my own creative process of meditate and create, and I hope it encourages you in your creative process, okay? Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. It's great. It's not too late to meditate and create. The spirit whispers and my pen flows. With each stroke on that page, my heart grows. A shoebox of dreams, napkins turn gold. Scribbled treasures, a story to be told. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. It's great. It's not too late to meditate and create. I write it by hand and my spirit flows. The more I create, the more I grow. Each idea captured upon the breeze. One with my creator. That's how I find peace. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. Meditate and create. It's great. It's not too late to meditate and create. I wish you all the best as you meditate and create in your creative process, okay? God bless y'all. Keep meditating and creating, all right? And I'd like to see what you create too whenever you get a chance to share it, all right?